Hello friends, welcome back to my channel eJava Learning. So this is the second module of my channel, and today I'll explain all the features of object oriented programming. In my last module I have mentioned that there are four key characteristics of object oriented programming, and they are data abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism and encapsulation. In my last session also I have explained a little bit on these features, but in this session I will explain in more detail. So first I will start with abstraction. So what is abstraction? Abstraction is one primary concept of object oriented programming, and through abstraction we signify how an object oriented programming hides the unnecessary details while it handles the complexity of the program. Let's compare with real-time example. Suppose you want to drink espresso coffee through the coffee vending machine. So what you do, you just switch on the particular button and the coffee machine prepares the coffee for you. So here you, as a user, you are just passing the parameter which type of coffee you are looking for, and the coffee machine is doing all the underlying functionalities and it is preparing the coffee for you. So this is a kind of abstraction. Another example is, suppose you are driving a car, you have seated on the driver's seat, you switch on the car and you start to drive it. Now you don't know how the underlying car mechanism is going on to run the car. This is another kind of abstraction. So you are totally unaware of the unnecessary details of these complex functionalities. So this is called abstraction. So in object oriented programming, how this abstraction happens? It happens through object. Object is a combination of variable and function. Here I have mentioned it's combination of variable and function. A programmer write the function. Through the function it put the logic, and it mentions some variables, and those variables are used as the parameters of functions. As a user, you just pass the parameter and the function does all the necessary things for you. So the object encapsulates all the underlying functionalities. So you will just pass the parameters without thinking how the function is working. Next concept is inheritance. Inheritance means derived. So we derive some properties from our parents, our offsprings derive functionalities, some characteristics from us. This is the example of inheritance in among the living creatures. Now in Java, inheritance signifies the same thing. Function or method of superclass is called by the subclass. We will know what is a class, what is a superclass and subclass. Let's consider superclass as a parent and the subclass is the child. So a subclass calls the function of superclass. Now how a subclass can call the method or of superclass, that depends on the encapsulation mechanism that has already applied on the function. And what is encapsulation I will discuss just after this. In Java, for inheritance we use this keyword extends. Okay, so using the extends, subclass can call the properties of superclass. Now come to the next concept, encapsulation. Encapsulation means how your variable and function of a class will be used by its subclass. Now we can modify how a function and variable will be accessed in a class. Now there are four types of modifiers: public, private, default and protected. These four types of modifiers are used in Java as for the encapsulation. Now public, as the name suggests, when we declare some variable or function as public, then it can be accessed by all the classes. When we declare it as private, it is accessed only within the classes. Even you cannot access it from the same package, you cannot access it. It is only accessible within the classes, within the same class. Now protected means it is accessible by all classes within same package. Now this is also a it may be a new term for you, package. For now, just consider it is a combination of classes. Some classes combines as a package. And default means when no modifier is mentioned against a variable or function, then it is called as default. And a default function or variable can be called within the same package by all the classes. So this is known as encapsulation, means how the properties are defined for a class. Next comes polymorphism. That is another functionality I mentioned, not functionality, the characteristics of object oriented programming. Now polymorphism means the same name but different function. Now when a same name function is used by superclass or subclass, but their functionalities are different, we call it polymorphism. Now there are two types of polymorphism happen in Java. One is static polymorphism and another is dynamic polymorphism. Now what is called a static polymorphism? When a same method name is used but different parameters are passed in the function, then that method is called that mechanism is called static polymorphism. Why static? Because here the methods are overloaded and which method will be called during the runtime, that is already defined during the compilation time. So this is called static polymorphism. There is another kind of polymorphism, that is dynamic polymorphism. In this case, same name and same parameter types are used, but the internal functionalities are different. Suppose a subclass has called one function of superclass. It has used the same name, same parameter, but I have changed the function body. So the functionalities are different here, but same name and same parameter here. Now it will cause the confusion during compilation time. Which method is being called? Is it a parent class method or the child class method? So it is defined during the runtime. It is not defined during the compilation time. And which method will be called, that is also unknown. That is decided by the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, that is a runtime environment of Java. So this type of polymorphism is known as dynamic polymorphism. Usually we do static polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism is hardly done in Java, but you should know the definition and the concept. So these are the concept of polymorphism. So I think I am able to clear the concept of these 4 key characteristics of object oriented programming: abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation and polymorphism. So today we will go more detailed concept while we will go through the Java programs. We will do how this abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance are being done, and also we will know more details on this. So as from the perspective of object oriented programming concept, I think this is enough for now, and we will look for the next session. I hope you will like my explanation and you will like my channel. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel to know more, to learn more. Thank you very much. Bye.